I'm not really sure why the track came off. Yes! Here's our little buddy, the skid steer. As I was driving around, I was able to catch it before the track came all the way off. But the little track here, this wheel here, is supposed to be inside between these lugs, and it's jumped out. Same with the upper one up here. So, unfortunately, this guy's probably not gonna move until Monday afternoon, which means tomorrow, Sunday, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do all day. So this skid steer has been a great piece of machinery. It's held up really well. I'm not really sure why the track came off. I was just tooling around here on flat dirt. But it does such a good job that anything that I could do by hand would be kind of pointless. I should just wait until the skid steer is fixed again. But there's no way I'm moving logs by hand. And I promised Amy that I wouldn't cut down any trees while she's gone. So tomorrow might be a lazy day, just kind of hanging out here on the property. All right, little update on the skid steer. So the track is still partially off. It's Sunday, so the rental yard isn't going to be able to come out today. And so if I want to work, I've got to put the track on myself. Talking to the rental yard, it seems fairly straightforward as to what I've got to do. We'll just see if I can do it by myself. I've got it jacked up now. So here you can see I've got the bucket lifting the front of the track, and I've got a block under the back, getting the rear of the track off the ground. Now what I've got to do is I've got to relieve the tension on the track. Okay, so to relieve tension on the track, I've got to remove this plate, and I've got to actually remove that Zerk fitting to release the pressure. All right, so I got the Zerk fitting out. So basically this is a hydraulic ram that pushes that wheel forward that tightens the track. But instead of hydraulic fluid, it uses grease. So what I've got to be able to do is get the grease out of that to push that wheel back. It'd probably come out a lot easier if I took this larger fitting out, but of course, I don't have a socket that big. I can't get a wrench in there. So we're gonna have to improvise, and hopefully it'll work. I don't have enough leverage, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the machine to push itself. So I'll climb back in, rock the bucket back, and hopefully that will push that right in. All right, we'll see how it goes. Did it work? I couldn't tell. We didn't get any grease out. Did you guys see it move? I'm glad that didn't break. Always have the door closed when you operate. Well, I walked down to the neighbor and got the 7/8 socket that I need to take off that inner fitting. Hopefully that will allow the grease to come out now. That was exactly what I needed. Look at all that grease coming out now. Perfect. Now I gotta just do the whole leverage action. All right. Oh yeah, now we got a lot of grease out. Okay, so that got a lot of grease out of it, but now I'm gonna try lifting the track using the skid steer itself, and that should tension it more to push that ram in and get more grease out. I need to have this bottomed out basically. I need to have all the slack I possibly can, otherwise I'm never gonna get this on. Oh yeah, that's what I needed. Look at all that grease that came out of there. Perfect. All right, now we've got a ton of slack in the tracks. I'm gonna see if I can, with my trusty shovel, persuade this back onto the idlers. We'll see. I don't have a track bar, but a metal-handled shovel should work pretty good. We'll see. Oh, heavy. Okay. All right, I was able to get the track back on the sprocket. I'm still off on the lower idler, rear idler, and front idler. I'm gonna try tracking forward and backwards, see if I can walk it back on those. All right, I made it back in on the front, so now I just got to get the rear idler. I'm probably gonna have to pry that one. All right, so hopefully with a little Homestead leverage, I'm able to get the tracks lifted up enough to give me enough slack to pry those teeth back onto the wheel. Let's see. All right, tracks back on. Now I just have to pump up that ram to get the tracks nice and tight so it doesn't happen again. And then I'm gonna go over to the other side and make sure that's nice and tight as well. All right, so I'm just gonna hook up my grease gun to this zerk fitting and pump it up, and that will tighten up the tracks.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the